Hey guys, what's up? Shimmy Pokemon here, and I realized I went to Collecticon a couple months ago and never did a recap of what all I bought. So, like most times when I get stuff, I usually just pile it up, and I still had all the purchases. So I figured I'd go through them, tell you guys what I bought, why I bought it, and give you guys some more content. So I'm a big fan of these Alakazams. I think they're just gorgeous. I love the full art. For whatever reason, these just really appeal to me. I think I paid like 15 bucks each at the time. I've since bought these for like as low as $6 each since Collecticon, so it just shows you prices kind of waver. But I'm still really happy with that price, $10 to $15 range, just because this is like one of the coolest Alakazams I've seen pretty much since Skyridge. I mean, Skyridge was like the one exception. I think you also had the Fates Collide Alakazam, which is pretty cool too. The reverse Charizard, I really think you can't go wrong with anything Charizard. This is more of like an investment for me. So I paid 15 bucks each for reverse holo, Vivid Voltage, great set. Again, hard to find. You're not paying retail for Vivid Voltage anywhere you go. When you think about how hard it is to pull this reverse holo with 185 cards in the set, and the fact that it's kind of a cool artwork. You have a gym leader in there too, mixed with a nice Zard. I think these anywhere between 10 and 15 is a great buy as well. So I picked up a couple of these. Got this Amphros, first edition. I still am building the binder set, so if you guys know that big binder I have with the big binder pages, I need a few more Amphros, so I think I negotiated this down maybe 80, 85-ish or so, but I wasn't trying to get a steal or anything. I thought 100 was a little high for the card, and when you look at the condition, it's not going to grade a 9 or a 10 or an 8. It'll be a little lower. So for me, it's a good binder card. I'll put one of the white sleeves on it and put it in a binder. So again, really happy. I thought the front looked really nice, and to me, that's what matters when I'm getting a binder card. What does the front look like? The back is another decision. And then I walked by a booth, and basically, so Collecticon, it was an event in Dallas. They're doing another one in June. Hopefully, I post this video by June. And I was walking by a booth. The guy had all these. So if you guys don't know, these don't have Giovanni came from the set Gem 2. And then these don't have a rarity symbol because they came from the theme deck. And so it's not that it's an error or it's super rare or anything like that. It's just how they were printed. So if you get the holographic version, came in a theme deck. These theme decks are pretty expensive. And so knowing that, and knowing that this guy had a full set, again, Koga's non-holo, again, came from the gym set. These are the two. And the rest of them came from their own theme deck. So Misty's theme deck, Brock's theme deck. Basically, I was like, this is kind of a cool find. Can't really go wrong with it. So he had it for 120. I think I negotiated down to 100. So basically got all of these for 100. And they're not all gradable. And so I think like one or two might get like a 9 or 10. But the rest of them, like Erica, you can see it's pretty beat up. I just still thought it was like a nice find, especially in an event like that. Pretty cool. The Mew here, really just love these Muse. I have an amazing binder page. It's taken forever to put together. I think I paid around 160 for this. Conditions okay. Again, I'm not expecting an 8, 9, or 10. It's lower than that. But having a card that's this beautiful, I mean, like one of the most elegant, just beautiful Muse that's ever been printed. You can't go wrong with it. And then HoOh, anybody know why this is super cool? Take a guess. Yeah, that's because that wing is super holographic. This is called the double holofoil HoOh. Pretty amazing to find. I think the seller had like 4 or 5 of them, and then this one really stuck out. And I think I did pay the full price for this. So if I find something like this, it's like, that's pretty dope, especially when you look at the colors and the pop and the fact this is the first HoOh ever printed. I mean, can't really go wrong. Again, not gradable, binder copy. So when I go to events like these, a lot of times you're not finding 9s and 10s, even graded 9s and 10s. A lot of times you're finding loose cards that are not gradable, and you're also finding PSA 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s. That's what people bring to events like this. People do not necessarily bring a lot of high-end cards, so don't get your hopes up if you decide to go. You will find some nice deals, but there are a lot of sharks out there too, so be careful with that. English Charizard VMAX, thought this was pretty nice. I think I paid maybe $350 for this. I thought it was really good, really well centered. There's really no edge wear, corner nicks, or anything. I thought this would grade a 10 pretty easily. It does have something up here in the top left, which makes me think it might be a 9. I don't think I saw that at the time. And so in my opinion, I was like, okay, I paid $350, get an English 10. Oh, yeah, the centering's a little off. So yeah, probably not a 10. This is probably a 9. Okay, so $350 for PSA 9. I thought that was a fair price. And I thought the back was just super clean. So other than the front centering, a little nick up here, Very, very nice looking card. So nice. And then, of course, if I see a no symbol Jolteon, how can you say no to anything Jolteon? I mean, this is like basically the best card ever made. Anyone tells you English Charizard is like the whatever, it's like, no. Jolteon is clearly like the best card Pokemon's ever made. I mean, if you can't just look at this card and think, wow, like, why did they even make more cards after this? This is clearly just the most beautiful card. You're right. So thanks for agreeing with me there. CGC cases are really nice. I'm actually surprised at how much I love these cases. You can see how clear that is. Very easy to use. Doesn't open. I know a lot of people talk about that, but get an 8.5, no symbol. What did I pay for this? It's not on there. I probably paid $200 for this. That'd be my guess. That'd be right around where I priced it at. $250 would be a little high. I'd probably walk away at that point. But around $200 at the time. And so nines, I think right now I've gone from $250, $300, so they've come down a little bit. But knowing what I know now, 999, surface on 8. I mean, it's a pretty good looking 8.5 if you ask me. So happy with that. Got the reverse hollow Mewtwo from Legendary Collection. Price $400. I think I paid like, I don't know, like $325 maybe, somewhere in that range. I remember negotiating down a little bit. The beautiful card, LC is really taken off. Very hard to find, even decent looking LC. CGC grade's pretty hard. And so, of course, you get an 8. You know that 8's not going to be well centered. And so anytime that you get a grade that's like lower than like a 10, I mean, you can just expect that number to not be perfectly centered. That's a joke if you guys aren't getting that. But anyway, the firework artwork, it just pops. I mean, you can see 2 right here, just pops. Beautiful. And when you find like cards like this that just don't pop up that often, that aren't always available, knowing that this is the only promo artwork used in all of LC, the rest of it came from, you know, base, fossil, jungle, rocket, things like that. I thought this was pretty unique. Plus, it's a Christopher Rush artwork. I think Mewtwo is one of the cards to buy in this set. So, like, I'm always preaching, you know, buy Mew and Expedition. I think Mewtwo in the Legendary Collection, fantastic card to pick up. So very happy with that. I did also find this Mew. I probably paid $200 for this. I think this is a fair price. This is something I wouldn't really negotiate too hard on. Knowing the grade, PSA 6, how clean that hollow foil is. My debate right now is, do I want to crack it out, put it in a binder, because that binder I have is just epic at this point, or do I want to leave it in? Again, very, very nice looking 6. When you look at this in person, I mean, the back is why it's a 6, but when you buy it for a binder, you buy it because of the front. So, pretty face there. And right here, you got an OC Blastoise, base at 2. And so you can't see a print dot in the bottom left. Pretty nice looking print dot. Because it's a Blastoise, good card. I thought $400 for a base at 2 Blastoise is a little high, but then thinking it's OC, you can see the print dot. You don't see a lot of OC base at 2, and it's a Blastoise. I was like, okay, let's figure this out. So I probably paid in the 300 range, probably 325, 350, somewhere around there. But you see, a lot of times when you negotiate, I'm not getting like a $200 price or $100 price. Like, I'm within like 10 to 25% of like whatever they're asking is. And a lot of times when you go into, you know, negotiation, I don't really care what people ask on their cards. I come up with the price on my own. And then, like, if my price is way higher, then it's like, yeah, let's buy that card. Or if like my price is way lower, it's like, okay, well, his prices are way inflated, I'm not going to buy that. And so try to separate yourself when you're trying to buy cards from whatever they're asking to whatever you value the card at. And we think it's low, buy it. If not, just move on. I mean, there are a lot of sharks out there that want obviously more money than I think any of us have. So you just got to let those people let their cards sit, let them not sell, and eventually maybe they'll change their mind. So here, this Venusaur is actually pretty cool. I thought it was a little bit darker in person. And so you can see the color right here. I thought that was very, very dark green. When I first showed this to a friend of mine, I think Old School Pokemon, he thought the same thing. We were just kind of holding this, and maybe I'll zoom in a little bit, let you guys see a little bit more of it. And we're just like, man, this Venusaur just seemed kind of dark. It's not as dark as the Greenusaur that I bought, the Shadows one from PWCC like maybe 6 months ago. But it is a little bit darker than normal. And so I think I probably paid like $200, $225 in that range for this. I didn't pay the ask. It is a 6. It is a little off center, so I did like the fact that it was like a little OC, but it's in that range where if it wasn't dark, I probably wouldn't have bought it, because this is like that PSA 8 range OC when you talk about it. It's not like OC enough to get the OC grade, but it's off center enough to get an 8 and not like a 9 or a 10. So this is like that OC that's like not that desirable, but it's close. And the fact that it's like really dark green, I just thought it was a more unique Venusaur to pick up. So happy with that. Snorlax PSA 9. These have come down in price. Oh my gosh, the last auction I saw was $287 and I didn't bid on it. Why? I was on vacation and I wasn't looking at Pokemon for 2 weeks. I heard a lot of PWCC base set prices went down way down. Not gonna lie, didn't look at like any PWCC auctions during that time. I think I might have got 1 or 2 just off like bids I threw in there, but I didn't like go through it. And yeah, things happen. So prices go up and go down. Paid $250, paid $400. Pretty sure I paid very close to ask on these. I thought that they were fair prices. If I got anything off, it was like $25 a card. It wasn't much at all. So anyway, happy to throw these in the sets, Pidgeot and Snorlax. And if anything, I probably paid $250 for this, or maybe $225 and $375. But that was really around the going rate, and I was very happy at the time. All right, and those of you guys that maybe saw the Instagram story, I am pretty active on Instagram. I will post, if I go to events, I'm like posting a story like all the time. Anytime I see someone, we do something cool, there's always a story. So I opened one ETB, and there was like the guy I bought it from and a couple people around, and basically the guy was like, I was saving this ETB, I think it's going to be a good one. I just feel like there's cards inside. He sold it for $100, like literally $100. So I pull out a Benjamin, give it to him, and I was like, dude, let's open it right now. And I kid you not, man, this was an incredible ETB. So believe this story or not, this is what we pulled out of a single Hidden Fates ETB. Alolan Vulpix, beautiful card. Again, if you're going to pull a shiny, this is one you want. Garchomp shiny. Giovanni's Exile, full art. This card, this shiny GX card, I'm not even going to try to say it. Not an expert on these newer Pokemon. Got a Dark Red GX, another shiny GX. The Moltres Zapdos Articuno, the full art, not the secret rare, but the 66 out of 68. I was like, whoa, this is dope. Like, why are we getting so many hits? And then we get this. Well, no, this was the promo in the box. Of course we got this. But hey, if you saw my other ETB opening from Champions Path, these aren't always guaranteed. So you find out the hard way sometimes. Yeah, so really happy to get both of those. I was like, dope. And then, of course, you get a beautiful Zapdos Hollow, Jesse and James, which, again, I didn't open a lot of Hidden Fates, so I'm not one of these people that was just pulling these left and right. I was like, this is kind of dope. And the Charmander reverse. So even though this is a reverse Charmander, it still has value in my opinion. So of one of the best ETBs I've ever opened. Again, I'm sure you've opened a better one just because anyone on the internet, of course, they do that. I just thought this was a pretty cool ETB, especially open on the spot, have a few people around. Yeah. And then also what we did was we found a seller who had heavy long packs, and I think this same seller is going to be at the next CollectCon. So if you're there and you have cash, so he doesn't take PayPal, he just wants cash or something else. He was selling these for $800 a piece, guaranteed heavy base pack. And so me and Old School Pokemon, we did a little pack battle. I picked the 2 packs, and I was going to grab the one I wanted. He said, no, I want that one. So he took his, I took mine. I'll show you what I pulled, and I'll tell you what he got at the end. So I got a Jinx, Raticate. Again, guaranteed heavy, guaranteed heavy. Oh, we got a Clefairy. Oh, man, you love that reaction, right? It wasn't planned at all. This is just natural reaction right here. Beautiful Clefairy. I think it's going to get a 9. Again, some rough edges. Centering isn't necessarily perfect. Top edge, maybe not the best. But still, got a Clefairy. It wasn't like I got a Hitmonchan or, one of the theme deck cards. Anyway, Old School Pokemon, guess what he pulled? He pulls a Blastoise, the pack that I wanted. So come on, Old School. You get the good card. It is what it is, but it's really happy for him. And if this guy's back at CollectCon again, chances are we'll probably do it again if we're feeling lucky. So you got to feel lucky to do that. So pretty long video. Really happy to see you guys again, to say hello. And until next time, see you guys.